having a beautiful morning. It's currently 9:59 here, Atlantic Standard Time, and I am just kind of finally getting to my coffee. And I want to read the energy for you guys. Thanks so much for taking the time to like this. Thanks for subscribing. Please make sure that you've clicked the bell button so when I do go live, you can get the notifications if you enjoy these daily readings. Also, you can comment underneath. Let me know that you watched. Let me know if you relate to anything. And also, if there are any other videos that you would like to see, any other topics, I would love to help you out. Okay, so 16 represents the number of strong new beginnings, as we've been discussing. You're welcome, Bonnie. And so we've kind of been discussing that the last couple of days. You might be seeing some change. And as I already suggested in my weekly reading, that towards the end of this weekend, we're really going to start to feel the intensity of this full moon coming up on the 20th. Especially if you're sensitive, you might already be feeling it now. I've been feeling it kind of starting to cripple in, to like shift in yesterday. So even when the word cripple's coming up, something's telling me that there might be an energy where someone's feeling like they're fading or they're failing. And also, feel free to share if you feel that way. Is there anything that you feel like is kind of starting to go downhill in your life? And that's not a bad thing. One big thing with full moon energy is that we're starting to realize that there are things that aren't working out for us as well. So I would highlight what isn't working for you. And so for me, we'll use me as an example. I actually feel like my home is like laundry starting to pile up because I'm getting really busy, which is great. And so I'm really starting to feel like managing my home is a little bit of a job for me, and it's something that's starting to make me feel heavy. So what I'm going to do, so again, feel free to share anything that's kind of coming up for you. So what I'm going to do, becoming aware of that now, is around this full moon when I go to do my full moon ritual. And by the way, I'm selling smudge kits. So if you're interested in having a nice shell and a stand with sage, so you can do this monthly, let me know. Those are $40, and I'm doing free shipping on Tuesdays. But when I go to release this, I'm gonna put like I release, feeling like it's always my job to do, like we'll say the housework, or it's always my job to make sure that everything like looks perfect, for we'll say company, something like that, right? A lot of it is just it's an emotional charge. Again, it has nothing to do with the housework. It has to do with how I feel about it, or maybe the workload that gets put on me and me not expressing how to delegate tasks better. Okay. So that's what we can do, is start to pick things apart and realize that it's really nothing. There's really nothing negative going on in the home per se, as much as it is maybe in relationships, even in my work life. If I hire someone, then I have to really know how to express exactly what I need, because that's something that happened to me recently. So, as we can see, as we start to release some of this stuff, when that next new moon comes in, a lot of things are going to change. Things are going to shift in my home. Things are going to shift in my work. Things are going to shift in my communication and my energy. Okay. So I just felt like explaining that to people because I feel like it's really important to even just like comment some stuff. Trying to rid a person who has bad energy. Okay. Well, the big thing is, okay, so what you would be releasing is, I guess, so Bonnie, if you're able to write this statement down just in the comment right now, what would you release about that situation? If you put it in a statement, I release blank. Would you say, I release this person from my energy? I release feeling heavy around this person. Let me know, because that's going to indicate a lot as well as how your energy is going to start to shift. Okay. And when we do this in group settings, like if I come on here and do my own ceremony, you're going to get benefits from that as well. You're going to relate to it. You'll probably start to change as a result of even just watching mine. So you can always go back to the other ones that I've done underneath my playlist. Okay. I release the bad energy he left me with. Okay. It's his to own he is nasty. Okay. So what's kind of happening here is you can even just write that down on a piece of paper right now, Bonnie. Is just write down like I release exactly what you said. Just like I release blank, I release blank, I release blank. So really, just like new moon energy, in new moon energy, what we're doing is we're putting I am statements so that we can attract those feelings. Okay. So what we're really doing is attracting emotions into our life that start to change the vibration of our lifestyle and outcomes, etc. With full moons, when we say I release, it's essentially it's an emotion. I release this emotion, that sort of thing. And once we do that, we're rinsing and cleansing ourselves of of our own crap, really. So we want to not become, we really want to, when we do this, we don't want to become upset by it. The whole point is that we get excited about the fact that we get to release this. So I encourage you to hold space for yourself when you actually do this. As I was saying, I have smudge kits, I have ceremony like burn kits where you get like a piece of charcoal and I give you like frankincense, lavender, Palo Santo, sage, different things that we can burn to bring in maybe that calming energy. And the other thing too is sometimes just lighting a candle, making sure even if you had like some sprays for me, the smudge or the cleansing sprays would be great, or even a lavender hydrosol. So it's to bring in this good energy into the space as well, because it's pretty powerful. Okay. So, yes, so that's what I would encourage at this time. Um, 10:06 is also coming up just as numbers. So we were talking about 9:59 at the beginning, which is basically learning to manifest as well as much as you can. So because when we do a full moon release, that's just like one part of things. We want to continue to be positive on a daily basis. So again, even just bringing in I am statements and affirmations into your life now, as if the things that you want for later are already in the now. Again, even if you don't feel that way, you're going to switch your energy over to feeling that. And that is actually how we can start attracting more positive things. Okay. The other thing, too, is if you're in a stage of flux, which we basically all are, really start tapping into that intuition. I also sell oracle cards. I have Moonology, which might be really great right now. And I also have Louise Hay affirmation cards that could also be helpful to encourage you to get into that space. Okay. And also, if you teach other people how to do some of these things with you, whether it's a friend, a family member, um, you know what, even if you're doing this with your pet, don't laugh. Sometimes I pull up cards for my pets, sometimes I do healing with them. And because it's like they're people too. They have their own energies and that sort of thing. We want to make sure that they're happy too if they're sharing space with us. So I would encourage you to share space with other people and get on the same page, because if you live with someone else who isn't into crystals and they're not into cleansing the space and they don't like the smell of it, that might block you as well. So we want to find peaceful ways that the entire family can get on board with this. Otherwise, you might feel like you continuously are picking up on negative energy that's not even yours, right? So Bonnie's very right about our circle of trust and our circle of people and who we're spending our time with. Right. Okay, I understand. Thank you. That's what I want is good energy. Yes, absolutely. So the wording, the words that you choose, Bonnie, are extremely important. So even though you said release the bad energy he left me with, if you literally say I release, the bad energy just around this person, period. You don't have to get too detailed. Hi, Kelly. That's what I actually really love about this stuff is the universe. When we write letters to the universe and things like that, it's all heard. So you don't really have to worry about really explaining details to the universe. They're going to get the energy of it, which, as I was saying, is basically emotions. And so just keep that in mind that this is all related to emotional energy. at this time, especially when we do moon work, because moon work is when we're working with lunar cycles, which is the feminine energy, which takes care of our emotions, just like the tides, right, in the ocean. So think about that water element at this time and how you can connect more to that energy. So really strong blues and turquoises are coming up at this moment, a touch of green. So if you were to work with specific stones, um, things like turquoise would be nice. Again, the green element, the really kind of like murky greens, and some deep, deep blues would be fabulous, okay? Because we're kind of working on learning how to tell people what we're feeling. As I was just saying, even if it's just writing a comment, you're going to find you get a lot of benefits by actually speaking things out loud. So that's why when we do affirmation statements, we always want to say them out loud. I am beautiful. I am incredible. I am amazing. I am entertaining, we'll say. So it's really powerful. So yeah, when we look at the number of, it was 10:06, and let me know, guys, how are you feeling today? We know Bonnie was kind of like having some energy coming up around this person. We know I have a pile of laundry going on here, but I get really optimistic when I think about how it's all gonna like kind of go away. And so again, bring the energy of gratitude in. You can also share something that you're grateful for at this time. Something I'm grateful for is actually for some reason I'm getting my pen. I have like a little pen obsession. I really appreciate old fashioned pen writing. A lot of times people these days type everything up. I still really appreciate just the ability to just kind of like independently without a computer go and like write some things down. I'm not a pencil fan, but I love a good pen. Okay, might sound silly, but you might find by again bringing gratitude in to something that all of a sudden I'm writing more and enjoying my writing more today, and it because the energy is going to be charged. So if you watched my weekly from yesterday on Facebook, I also posted it here on YouTube. And if you're not on my any of my Facebooks, it's Robin's Healing through my personal and my business. I do videos on both of those places. We really talked about feeding into what lights you up, what gets you excited, and as you fuel that energy, everything's going to amplify. So Bonnie, that might be a great one for you to hear as well. And I also was advertising some chakra stones. So if you like doing chakra meditations, I can also help you out with kind of guiding you to help you line up your chakras that way. Selenite's also a really great one for automatically helping us line up that spine. So if you have physical back issues, that's a great one to work with. Write with a pen, bring gratitude in by charged energy, what lights you up and make amplified. That sounds good to me. Every morning I wake up and I actually just say my gratitude practice instead of writing it down. But and I also set intentions. But when it comes to writing, typically what I was doing, and I think that this is what's coming up as well for other people, is to just like each day write down a couple things that you would like to, as we were saying, set intentions. Typically those are feelings. I'm like, oh, or today I just said I'm going to let spirit, my angels, my spirit guides to guide me throughout the entire day, to have love and respect, that sort of thing. So again, the emotional energy is there, but when I actually go to write things down for my day, it's naturally whatever comes out through automatic writing. So just trust that your pen will vibrate what it needs. Sometimes we'll do this through just like sketching and things like that. So or painting, intuitive painting. So just really see how your pen wants to flow, even if it doesn't logically make sense. And see what comes up for you today, just like some things that you feel like you want to attract. These could just be like tasks, as we were talking about, things that you would like to accomplish. So it's not making a checklist as much as it is intuitively tuning in to what you feel you'd like to have during your day. Okay. That might be a little confusing, but if you do the exercise and tomorrow you're going to like look back and see more what I mean. Okay. Body says I like that. Yes. Kelly says, I finally figured out where the live chat is. LOL. Awesome. And I'm on my laptop too, so it might be different on a phone. Yes, always looking for a balance. Obstacles in a large house is house repair, medical, um, mental health issues in the house. Yes, as we were talking about, everybody kind of needing to get on board with energy. So I could use myself as an example. We're working on decluttering, and feng shui is really, really important. So um, it's something to pay attention to, where your items are in the home. Sometimes you could get really angry if you have, if you're say you're doing like office work and there's a bunch of like uh, types of items in a certain direction in the corner of the room, and you don't realize that that's actually what's making you angry. And when you intuitively go over and you start moving things to where it feels right, you can also look up feng shui. That might be helpful for someone watching, maybe Kelly. It's definitely helpful for me. When you move the energy of those items, what you're going to find is your energy changes. So if you want to attract money, you can do feng shui for the home for money. I also, underneath my rituals, have a couple things for related to abundance and things like that. So just I pay a bit more attention to that in terms of what you want to attract. Actually, like look up how you can do that in the home so that other people can also benefit from it, because it's not just going to benefit you, as we were just discussing. That feels really important. And if you need more help with that, reach out to me. I do 15, 30, and 60-minute readings, and I'm also doing packages now. So I start with like 4 sessions with people as well. If you have goals that you would like to attract, we spread those out over a week or every 2 weeks so we can kind of get you on track. So, Kelly, if that were you and we were working together in a package like session, basically we would do like a 30-minute consult, and we would just discuss like how you want to kind of like start working on things. So we'll just say if your home life is really, really important for you to like start feeling like the energy shifting, then that is what we would make your goal. As I said, energy changes. Sometimes we think it's one thing and it ends up just being like our own mental health issues that we haven't dealt with. But regardless, you set that goal, and we make sure that we can like get to that to help you, whether that's through theta healing and Reiki, through like Akashic records, or however we choose to work through the energy. But it's also something where you have to commit to doing a bit of work, because there's going to be some things that you have to do in between your sessions. And that's for people who are getting serious about accomplishing their goals. So, for instance, if it were also like me in my business, with, we'll say, getting other people to help me in my business more so that I'm not doing everything all by myself. I would get, again, a coach, someone like myself, to sit down with me, and we would just kind of like come up with some goals for you, or for me, I guess, and look deeper into, okay, do I need a social media person? And the answer is yes. And do I need somebody to help me with my YouTube channel with my introduction? Yes. So these are things that we would discuss. And then throughout the weeks, we would find that these tasks would start to get accomplished, and I would have support along the way, but also somebody who's actually doing work for me where if I'm already feeling overwhelmed with all the tasks. Make sense? So that's just an example. I feel like that, again, maybe that was Kelly that needed to hear that. Also, if you're watching later, feel free to share and let other people know that this channel exists. I would love to help you guys out, and have a beautiful 16th of October, guys. Enjoy your weekend.